Alright, we should be live. What's up? Sorry I wasn't able to make a video this week. Just doing a live stream. It's just a really busy week and I just ran out of time. So yeah, we'll see what happens today. I hate New Hampshire. That's why I didn't really feel too bad about not making any videos, because I hate this race in general, and I don't really like either slate, to be honest. It's kind of hard for me to pin down who I really think the lap leaders are going to be, so my lineups are pretty spread out today for the most part when it comes to the lap leaders and dominators, so we'll get into all that. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. That really helps me as always. So yeah, let's get into it. Christopher Bell, he's going to have to lead laps. He would be my choice. I have a bet down for him to win today, but to lead the most laps, but it's just, this is a track where we see track position means so much, so I don't really see him getting up to the front and leading quickly. I think he'll lead at some point. He is a favorite to win for a reason. I'm pretty sure he's going to win this race today, but, it's just, I don't know how awesome of a DFS play he is today. I will be playing Bell. He's definitely in my pool, but it's just hard to really, want to go there a ton, because I don't think he's going to get up to lead pretty early in this race. I think he'll lead late, and that's probably it. So I really want to focus on some of the guys starting up in the front in the top 5 as dominators. His dominator potential is there's just 3 that I'm really interested in, and then the other 2 is starting in top 5. I'm not. Justin Allgaier and Austin Cindric are 2 that I really like here, starting 4th and 5th. Similar prices. When we go look at laps led, Allgaier 827 at flat tracks and Cindric 370 at flat tracks. They've been the 2 best. Obviously, Allgaier has larger sample size than everyone else, but Cindric's also been really good. So those would be 2 guys I really like as dominators today. So that's what we're looking at for sure for them. When you move on to Josh Berry, he's going to need a top 6 to 5x his salary. I really like that. I really like Josh Berry today. He's one of my favorite plays. In fact, I'm fading Brandon Jones completely just because I want to play more Berry. I don't feel super comfortable about fading Jones, but I like Berry a lot more. We saw him win at Martinsville, which is a flat track. He's done well at all the flat tracks this year, and he's back in a junior motorsports car, replacing Michael Annett this week in that one car, starting 21st. Obviously, he has the 5th best, or he had the average finish of 5 at flat tracks this year. He has 95 laps led at them as well, so really like Josh Berry. I don't think he's going to lead. He could, but, he's definitely a dark horse to win this race today. I would not be surprised to see him win it all. So I do like Josh Berry a lot, and just because of how much I like Berry, I'm just going to be kind of off on Brandon Jones, who needs a top 8 to pay off his salary, and he should do that as long as he doesn't run into any trouble today, but I just really think Berry has way more upside than Jones. I don't think Jones can get up front and lead and win, where I think Josh Berry can, so I'm just going to play a ton of Josh Berry. So that's how I feel about those guys. If you want to play either one, it doesn't matter. If you want to play both, I think that's fine too, but I think this is going to be a 2-dominator race, so I probably want 2 dominators in my lineup. And the guys who I think are going to be your dominator potential guys are Bell, Allgaier, Cindric, Hemrick, Gragson. That's pretty much it. That's who I'm playing. Speaking of Hemrick, he starts 13th. He only needs a top 4 to pay off his salary. He doesn't even need to lead laps, but I think he has upside to get up there. We've seen him just be really fast as of late coming into this week, and I see that speed carrying over. When you look at laps led, he does have 165 laps led at flat tracks. We've seen him succeed at these types of tracks before. So Daniel Hemrick is definitely someone I want to get into my lineups. He's going to get a win sooner or later. It's coming. He should have won last week. That win for him is definitely coming. So, would not be surprised to see it happen today. Starting 13th, top 4, all you need from him to 5x, but I think he has upside to really take over the slate. So, really like Hemrick. Harrison Burton, I'm not getting to. Basically the same thing with Jones and Berry. I just like Hemrick a lot more than Burton, so I'm not getting to Burton. Needs a top 3 to pay off that salary, so you don't need Hemrick to do as much. And I think Hemrick has more upside. We haven't really seen Harrison Burton be a major lap leader this year at all. And I know he's been really good at Martinsville historically, but I don't know. I just feel more confident in Daniel Hemrick, to be honest. Harrison Burton goes out and leads a ton of laps. All right, I'll lose money today, but I feel way more confident in Hemrick there. AJ Allmendinger, I'm just not too interested in. The flat tracks just haven't been his best, I guess. This is not where he's succeeded at. 68 laps led, it's okay, but his average finishes at all the other flat tracks aren't great. We haven't seen him run in New Hampshire ever in an Xfinity car. He's not been, particularly great at Martinsville or Phoenix, so I'm just not going to go there today. Noah Gragson's the other guy in the top 5 I like. We saw him lead laps at Martinsville, starting 3rd, and he's been running a lot better recently, a lot more consistently. He's had the speed all year, but I think he's just been running, more conservative, confidently. He needs to get a win. He even said that in an interview, so I do expect him kind of just to be trying to win races at this point. I can see him getting up front and leading. I mean, he does start, because I don't think the guys starting first and second today, which are Jeb Burton, and Haley, I don't think they're going to lead really early. So Gragson starts third, so I mean, he could get there, lead early. I mean, I would still probably say Cindric and Allgaier are more likely to get there, but wouldn't be surprised to see Noah do this. He ran really well at Martinsville earlier this year, led laps there. So I think we could see Noah Gragson be in for a really good day, and I don't think he's going to be too highly owned, and he's way too cheap. Like $9,100 for Noah Gragson, pretty much no matter where he starts, is too cheap in my opinion, because he isn't a junior motorsports car, and he does always have a huge ton of upside. So Sam Mayer's another guy. I'm going to keep playing him. Like, I know he hasn't really done anything so far in that 8 car, but he only needs a top 5 to pay off that salary, and I just really believe in the talent that he has. I mean, he's just I know the guy's just such a talented driver. He's kind of like next up. He's only 18. The races he's had were Pocono, which he wrecked. He get a bad penalty. The road courses, which I think we learned he's not a good road course driver. And then Atlanta last week, he didn't run well. So that was unfortunate, but I'm going to keep playing him. I think a breakout's coming for him. He's plus 4,000 on DraftKings, so I threw $5 on him today because I really believe he's going to win a race 4 years over, and I just want to get on those odds before they really go up. And I want to get on him before his price goes up too. I think he could end up being a 10K driver at some point. So I understand if you don't want to play him. There's really nothing that he's done in this car that makes me think that shows you that he's going to go out there and get a top 5 and maybe lead laps, but I just believe in the talent that he is, so I'm going to keep playing him. That's my thought. Those are my thoughts. I mean, I get it if you don't want to. That's probably a guy that I'm playing it. Not a lot of other people are. Justin Haley's interesting because, like I said, this is a track position race where I think it's just so important to get up out front and lead laps. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Haley lead early because I know him and Jeb Burton start in front, and I really don't think Jeb leads a ton early. So I would say Haley probably jumps out to the lead on like lap 1 or 2. But I don't know. I just have more confidence in some of these other guys starting a little bit farther back, getting up there, like Allgaier, Cindric, and Gragson, one of those 3 getting up there and leading over Justin Haley. So I mean, I just don't have confidence there. I think if you want to play him, I don't think he's going to be owned, and that could be the kind of play that could win you a race, or win you a slate. But I mean, I just don't see it. That's just not where I really want to go to today. JJ Yeley, I think is a really good play. He only needs a top 18 to pay off his salary, and every time he steps in the 17 car, honestly, anytime he steps in any car, he just outperforms whatever the car does. So I actually really like Yeley today. I mean, I'm pretty much just playing every slate until they really make him. I mean, 8,400 is expensive, but I mean, until they make him like 9K, 9,500, I'm going to keep going there. So I'm completely fine going to JJ Yeley. Mike Snyder is going to need a top 9. I don't know how I feel about this, man. He's just not that good. He just really isn't good, man. And starting 16th. Needs top 9. It can happen. It just hasn't been good, man. I mean, recently, Snyder's been awful, and I mean, I think I'm going to have a little bit of Mike Snyder today just because I kind of don't have I needed more guys in my pool. My pool's smaller than normal, and I kind of, like, last second had Snyder and Sieg just so it wasn't, like, 10 drivers. So, yeah, we're going to play some Mike Snyder today. Chandler said, was starting to think he wasn't going to show up. Yeah, man, it was a busy week. Just wasn't able to get out normal videos, but still got the live stream as always. JJ at Cash Game stable today. Yeah, I don't have a problem there. I'll be playing. I mean, yeah, I like him in Cash a lot. I mean, he's pretty safe play in my opinion. I don't think he'll hurt anybody. So, Riley Herbst starts 12th. He needs a top 8 to pay off his salary. I just don't want to play that. I don't ever want to play needing a top 8 out of Riley Herbst, so not going to do that. Jeb Burton's going to need a top 2 without leading any laps. I just don't see him doing anything today. I mean, starting on the pole, Jeb Burton, there was pretty much, I mean, unless he's like $5,000, I probably wasn't going to play him. So, going to stay away from him today. Brent Moffat also starts too high. He needs a top 6. I know he ran really well last week, but, I know he ran really well last week. I just don't see that really, staying the same. Adam said not playing a lot of JJ a ton in tourneys. Yeah, I get that. I have a good bit of him today in tournaments. I just think I don't know. I just have I really focused on spreading out my dominators or the guys that are really priced up, and then just focusing on a few guys that are a little bit cheaper. And I mean, I know Yaley isn't that cheap, but just like having a ton, like I have a lot of JJ Yaley, and there's going to be other guys down here that I have a lot of just because I don't want to play. There's just so many plays I just don't like that I'm just fine going to JJ. But I understand getting off him to like a Mayer or, Snyder, even Justin Haley. Next up, we got who are we on? Jordan Anderson. I'm interested on this race, man. I just don't know. This is a big I don't know here. He needs a top nine to pay off that salary. We've seen the Jordan Anderson cars do pretty well. I mean, top 19s is what they should do, but I don't really know how I feel about Jordan Anderson as a driver. Obviously, they've had really talented drivers in there this year, like Tyler Reddick and Josh Berry. So I don't really know. I honestly don't know what to expect out of Jordan Anderson because the one race he did enter, I think the car made it like one lap. So I just don't feel, and I don't know. I don't feel confident in him, but I'm playing him. I think I just got to get some in tournaments. So I don't feel confident in Jordan Anderson, but we'll see what happens. This is a really we'll see what happens race, and I don't want him to go out and get a top 15 and then me just not have him. So I'm rolling the dice on Snyder more in that price range. I get it though. Yeah, I have some night Snyder today, so I get that. Barry is my lock of the slate today. Yeah, Barry looks great today. I mean, he's just I think he'll run top. I think he'll finish top 5 at the very least. He could definitely win. Has Jordan Anderson car done anything other than at Coda with Reddick? Yeah, I mean Josh Berry, I think got a top 10, or Reddick got a top 10 at Charlotte. Barry's had like top 15s, I think, and stuff like that. So I mean that's kind of what you're expecting out of it. But those, you're expecting a top 15, a top 20 run, and when those drivers were in it, they were priced up at like $10,000. Now, he's at 76. So, I mean, if Jordan Anderson can just get inside that top 20, he should be fine today. So, I mean, yeah, I'm just really interested on what he does as a driver. We'll see what happens. Brandon Brown, top 13 is what he needs. I actually really like Brandon Brown today. Starting 22nd. He doesn't need to do much. I mean, top 13 is kind of what he does. Brandon Brown, if it's a really, really clean race, that won't work out because he probably won't drive up there on his own. But if there's, a few accidents, he'll be able to find his way into that top 15, and getting a top 13 to 5X could really do well for you. So I like Brandon Brown today. I think he just feels pretty safe. I don't know how high his upside is, but he feels pretty safe. Brandon Godovic's kind of trash, I'm not going to lie, but he doesn't need to do much. Also only needs a top 19, and that car is not, that bad. I think he can do that. He has, we've seen him do okay in that car this year. Some bad runs, some, decent runs. So I think I prefer Brandon Brown and honestly Jordan Anderson, but I don't hate going to Godovic. Why is it doing that? And then Landon Castle, I don't mind either, honestly. He also needs a top 19 to 5X. We've seen him have runs like that. Landon Castle's kind of hot and cold. We see him get up inside that top 20, and then we'll see him finish like 30th. So we'll see what happens. I like Castle as a tournament play, though. Probably want to go there in cash. I'd probably go to more Godovic or Brandon Brown in cash and Castle, but I do like Castle in tournaments. All right, Buford or Martin is the punt. Tommy Joe Martin is my punt today. Really like him a lot. Think I'd rather go Jones over Berry to get lower ownership, cheaper with same upside. Yeah, well, I don't know if they have the same upside. I think Josh Berry's upside is a lot higher than Brandon Jones, to be honest. I think Josh Berry can go out and lead a bunch of laps and win. I don't really feel confident Brandon Jones could do that. But he will be. But I mean, Berry will be a lot more owned. But I think Brandon Jones is still going to pull ownership. Like I don't think it's like Brandon Jones is going to be lower owned, but it's not like he's going to be 10%. Like he'll probably still get like 20, 25% at least. So for Josh Berry, it'll probably be like 40, 50. How do you determine value for a driver? Example, 5X value. I just have a little formula that with the salaries that tells me how many points I need to get 5X, and then I go do the math where they need to finish. Or lap slide or whatever. That's pretty much it. Where was I? Ryan Sieg. I'm playing Ryan Sieg. I don't really know why I'm playing Ryan Sieg, but I am. I just needed more drivers in my pool, to be honest. He needs a top 10. I don't really feel confident in that at all, but he did well in New Hampshire last year, so finished 8th. So, there you go. I don't feel confident about Ryan Sieg when I'm playing him. So there you go. There's my thoughts on him. Jeremy Clements is not a bad play. He needs a top 8. So he needs to hold on to his position, which we've seen him run that well this year in some races. So I don't mind that if you want to go there. I don't think he has a ton of upside, to be honest, but he could, if he runs well, no one's going to play him. And if there's just not a lot of guys in this range that pay off, then he could do interesting. What's the formula? I don't know it off the top of my head, man. I could go, if you want to DM me on Twitter after this, I'll get it to you, because I don't remember exactly what it is. It's kind of just baked into the spreadsheet at this point, but I will give it to you if you go hit me up. My Twitter's _. Just go DM me over there. I'll give it to you over there. I'm trying to learn how it's done. Yeah, I get that. Just, hit me up. I'll help you out with it. Patrick Emmerling starting, what's he start? 24th, needs a top 16. I don't really want to play him. I haven't heard a lot of great things about him as a driver overall, so, yeah. I like the 51. Low owned. He's streaky. Had a good run last week. Yeah, exactly. He's streaky. If he gets, he can hang in there. The thing of Clemens, I'm not playing Clemens. The thing of Clemens is I just don't really see the upside. I don't really see him, being able to get like a top 5 or something. So I don't know how much it's going to. The only way I see Clemens really working out is if like these guys priced around him do. Or don't. Like, Godovic, Brown, Castle, Emmerling, Sieg, like those guys got to not work out for him to work out. So appreciate you getting on and sharing the analysis. Yeah, bro, of course. David Starr. All right, here's where we get to the plays where I just hate this range, man. Like, I hate all the cheap guys. It's just gross. David Starr needs a top 23. I don't really want to play that. CJ McLaughlin needs a top 24. I don't want to play that. Jeffrey Earnhardt needs a top 19. I don't want to play that at all. Josh Williams needs a top 16. That one's possible, but I don't really feel confident in that. Alex LeBay needs a top 14. It's possible, but I don't feel confident in that. Jade Buford needs a top 15. Again, possible, but I don't feel confident. Colby Howard, top 19. I don't want to play that. So Tommy Joe Martins is a guy I really like down here. He needs a top 16, move up one spot. And, we've seen him have runs like that this year. It's just you got to worry about those mechanical issues. He's had some mechanical failures, although I will say recently they have been doing better with that. Tommy Joe Martins is the guy I want to go to. I just think he has the most upside down here. Like him, I know his car isn't that good, but, the only two cars down here that are really worth anything are Tommy Joe Martins and Jade Buford. Like, the rest of these cars just suck, and I just don't really want to play them. If you want to get Buford, I think that's fine. To be honest, I just don't feel confident. But Tommy Joe Martins, that's the guy I want. So, Weatherman, Martins, cash punts. Yeah, Weatherman, I'll get to him in a second. I like him. Dexter Bean, top 26. Just no, I don't want to play that. Kyle Weatherman needs a top 25. I think that's possible from him. We've seen him have those runs occasionally. He's been kind of bad this year. He's just not really good in general, but, you just kind of have to get cheap. If you're playing cash, I don't hate Boyd. I'm not playing him at all in tournaments, but if you're playing him in cash, I think that's okay, just because he's probably the safest one down here because he starts 40th. He needs a top 28 to 5x, but you don't need him to 5x in cash, to be honest. But, I'd rather just stop it at Tommy Joe Martins in cash lineups, to be completely honest. Joe Graff, he needs a top 23. No. Jesse Little, top 22. No. Matt Mills, top 22. No. Mason Massey, top 24. No. Ryan Vargas, top 19. No. I don't even know what Dawson Cram's salary is because he's replacing Bailey Curry in a 74 today. But Cram's awful, so I don't want to play him. He's really bad. Bailey Curry's a much better driver. So I'm just not gonna play Dawson Cram. I didn't even put him in the spreadsheet this morning when I saw that. So, what's the optimal today? Your opinion? Well, I can't really give out an exact lineup, but I think it'll look something like you're gonna have two So you're gonna have two of Bell, Allgaier, Cindric, Hemrick, Gregson. I think two of those guys will be in the optimal, and then Josh Berry. And I know that's a lot of salary right off the table, and then it's just gonna be I think Tommy Joe Martins is optimal today. I think one of these guys is optimal. And honestly, it's going to be hard. I think it's going to be like one of these three, Cindric, Allgaier, Bell, and then one of Hemrick, Gregson, maybe Sam Mayer, and then Josh Berry. And then it's going to be like you're going to get the really cheap guys, Tommy Joe Martins, and then probably one of these guys, or maybe two of those guys, and maybe even like a Kyle Weatherman or a Spencer Boyd or something like that. 5,500. I don't know what that... Oh, that's Dawson Cram? Yeah, I'm out. Oh, gosh, there's no way. If he was like 4,500, I'd consider it, but 5,500 for Dawson Cram, no shot. No shot I'm playing that. All right, so you guys got any questions to go through? Any more questions than we've already gotten about today's slate? Any questions about today's slate? I have bets. I actually have a good bit of bets today. I have a bet on Bell, Hemrick, Gregson, Mayer. Those are my bets today. So none of those guys have won a race in the Xfinity Series this year. So that's fun. Cindric will probably win and I'll lose money, but those are my bets. Top heavy salary lineups today. Yeah, that's just kind of how I feel it's going to go. Let me go look at some of my lineups here. mean, you don't even need two punts, like, to play two guys. Like, I have a lineup right there of Bell and Cindric. I mean, there's no Josh Berry in it, um, but I mean, the only punt it has is Weatherman. Like, let me see if I'm making a lineup with. Let me go just make some dummy lineups for myself. I'm still not gonna. I just want to see how much salary you have left over because I've already made them, but I did it last night, so I kind of forgot exactly what I did. All right, so we went. Let's not go Bell. Let's go Cindric, Berry, and Noah Gregson, and that leaves you 6,600 left. You punt Tommy Joe Martins, then you have two more guys in the 7K range. Like that's really doable. That's kind of how I see something similar to that as optimal today. That's what I'm hoping for. That'll make me money. You fading Harrison Burton? Yeah, I have no Harrison Burton. I just played more Hemrick. I'm kind of nervous about that one. I'm more nervous about fading Harrison Burton than I am about fading Brandon Jones, to be honest. But yeah, I just don't feel really confident in him. I'm not a huge Harrison Burton guy. To be honest, I don't think he's all that. So, Cash, Bell, Berry, Gregson, Brandon Brown, Buford, Martins. I probably wouldn't play Gregson and Cash. The rest of it's fine, but I probably wouldn't go with Gregson and Cash. Wondering how Cindric and Burton react today to news about next year. I don't see why it would change anything for him. I mean, they're both probably still trying to win races and go for a championship, so I don't think it makes a difference today. Then they're still trying to, prove themselves. Like, they have a Cup Series driver in here today, Christopher Bell, so they want to go beat him. And Harrison Burton won't. I doubt it. Cindric could. Cindric very well could. I think Cindric's going to be better than people think next year. I think this extra year of Xfinity is going to help him out a lot. Xfinity Series is going to look a lot different next year. I'll tell you that. No Harrison Burton, no Justin Haley, no Austin Cindric. They're all gone. So Ty Gibbs is going to move up. Who else is going to move up? Well, I don't know who's going to be in a 22 car next year. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I don't really know what I'm talking about. Just don't ignore that. Core plays: Josh Berry, Daniel Hemrick, J.J. Yeley, Tommy Joe Martins. There you go. Those are my core guys, I guess. Maybe Matty D will get an Xfinity ride, but I don't know, man. He doesn't want to go Xfinity. He should, but he doesn't want to. Brandon Jones shouldn't be in a car, honestly. Riley Hurt shouldn't be in a car. Like, put John Hunter Nemechek in an Xfinity car. But, honestly, after that, in the Truck Series, there's nobody else down there I'd move up there to. None of the young guys, at least, I move up to Xfinity. Like, none of them should be. Maybe Sheldon Creed, but I still don't feel confident in that. Allmendinger and Cash, no, I wouldn't play him in Cash. I'm not playing Allmendinger at all. Wonder if Matty D comes down to take one of the Xfinity rides. I feel like that's what he should do. From all I've heard, that's not what he wants to do. Now, maybe if he wins a Cup race this year, maybe he'll say screw it, because I'm pretty sure he just wants to win a race in the Cup Series. But, I just don't know where in Cup he'd go. Front row motorsports, but who wants to race for them, I feel like he'd enjoy racing on a top-tier Xfinity ride, because he could get a top-tier Xfinity ride. He could get the 98 car, or the 22, or one of the Gibbs cars, for sure. You think you could go Bell, Berry, and Jones for place differential? Let me restart that. You think you could go Bell, Berry, and Jones for place differential and try not to go for like a Cindric, just go PD, or you think you need Cindric? If you're playing cash, that could definitely work. But in tournaments, I think you're going to, it's a 200 lap race. There's going to be a lot of laps led, and I think you're going to need at least one lap leader. So, it doesn't have to be Cindric. It could be Allgaier. It could be Bell. It could be Hemrick. It could be Gregson. It could be Harrison Burton, I'm not playing him, or even AJ Allmendinger, I'm not playing him, or even Justin Haley, but I'm not playing him. But any of those guys, I'd probably make sure to have someone that could lead laps in a lineup. So Hemrick over Allmendinger and Cash, yeah, I would go Hemrick over Allmendinger and Cash. I'm not playing any AJ Allmendinger today. I'm really not interested in him at all today. Hopefully he doesn't go out there and dominate the whole race and I just lose money, which Could happen. Ty should take the 20 full time next year. I'm pretty sure that's where he'll be next year. That's kind of how I feel it'll go. But yeah, he should be. I mean, he's definitely going full time Xfinity. I mean, I'm sure Hemrick will probably be back in 18 because he's been pretty good this year. And I'm sure Brandon Jones will probably be back because he brings a ton of money to the team, even though he's not good. And the 54 will be the same thing as it's been, just different drivers every week. But John Hunter Nemechek should get one of those three other Gibbs cars. He really should. Just saying. Unless he goes up to Cup again. And maybe they'll just make the 54 a full-time team next year for a driver. Like John Hunter Nemechek in the 54 full-time. I wouldn't mind that at all. And I think he'll win a championship, honestly, if he's in full-time Xfinity next year on a good team. I think he'll be the favorite. All right, any other questions about today's slate before I call it a day? This race might not even happen today, man. There's a ton of rain on the whole forecast the whole entire weekend, so don't be surprised if it doesn't happen today. I really hope it does. I've got nothing to do for a while, so yeah. I would like for this race to happen today so I could do something. Oh, actually, this is mostly cloudy now. Okay, never mind. I guess we're good. Tomorrow, it's not looking so hot, though. Any other questions? Godovic versus... I'd go Godovic over Anderson. I feel more comfortable. Bell, Barry, Hemrick, Brandon Brown, Martins, and Boyd doesn't feel very good in cash. No lineup feels good in cash today. You just got to accept that, but I don't mind that at all for cash. I think that's fine. I like it better than the last one you sent in for sure. But no lineup you make for cash today is going to feel good. The cash lineups are gross today. Though this slate sucks. This slate is awful. It's awful. I mean, I have no confidence, to be honest today. I don't think I'm going to do well at all. I'm pretty sure I'm going to walk away with negative money today. So I don't feel confident. When the value plays suck like this, I just hate the slates. I hate them. We've seen Kyle dominating that 54 car. You think Bell can get out front and lead laps? Oh, 100% he can. I mean, he's been this. I didn't even talk about that. New Hampshire, he won. He's one of the last two races he's been in New Hampshire and in Xfinity. He dominated this track in back when he was an Xfinity driver. I just for DFS, it's a hard track to get to the front real quick. So I don't think he's gonna lead all the laps, but he could definitely get up front and lead laps. I mean, he's the favorite to win for a reason. My bet on him today isn't even. I won't even profit if he wins. It's just to make my money back. It's the other guys make me a lot, and then Bell wins, it makes my money back. I expect him to win this race today. And he's a sleeper to win tomorrow too, man. Big sleeper. What are his odds on Draftkings tomorrow? Let's go look that up because I kind of want to see. I kind of might want to bet Christopher Bell for tomorrow's race because he's got to be plus 3,000 at the least, right? I mean, and Gibbs has been good here, and they've been good at the flat tracks all year. Don't count him out tomorrow. Tomorrow, Christopher Bell is plus 2,000. That's not as great as I wanted, but that's still fine. I'll probably place a bet on him. Tomorrow, I'm liking Logano's odds. I'm liking Christopher Bell. I'm liking Larson, man. Plus 550. I know they haven't been great at the flat tracks, but Larson was good here at the 42 car, so I like that. So those will probably be my bets for tomorrow. Maybe Kyle Busch at plus 650 as well. I don't think Hamlin should be the favorite on DraftKings right now. I really don't. I think it should be Kyle Busch. I think it should be Kyle Larson, but then Kyle Busch should be second. Denny Hamlin's cursed this year. He's not winning a race. Him and Harvick are not winning races here. Calling it right now. Harvick definitely isn't, unless it's a plate race or fuel mileage. He's not winning. I don't think Denny is either. Hamlin just has every few years, these years where he just sucks. I mean, he's not sucking. Okay, Let me say it again. He has not sucked this year. Denny Hamlin, I mean, he's leading to points. He's been very consistent, but he just has these years where he just doesn't win. I mean, this has happened a few times in his career, and it just feels like one of those years. He'll probably end up getting one, but I don't think Harvick's winning at all. I mean, honestly, tomorrow might be his best shot. He's really good in Hampshire, so tomorrow could be Harvick's best shot to win, but I don't think he has the speed. I just don't think that team has the speed. And I think Harvick's retiring after this year, too. So I think this is it for Kevin. I don't know who they're going to put in that 4 car, but maybe they can finally just move Busch beer sponsorship over to Kurt Busch or something, which is what it should be. Shouldn't be sponsoring no Kevin Harvick. Should have been sponsoring the Busch brothers for years. I think a nice core would be Cindric, Yaley, Bell, and Godovic. Thoughts? Yep, like that a lot. I think that sounds really good. You think your core 3 could be Bell, Cindric, Hemrick? I'd probably only go 2 of them. Oh, well, you deleted it, so I guess you don't want that core either. I'm starving. I need to go eat something, man. Actually, yeah, I got things I gotta do. All right, guys, I'm really not getting any questions. I'm going to give it another 2 minutes, and then I'm going to head on out. Go get some Japanese. Hey, that would be very nice. I think I'm actually doing that tomorrow for dinner, so I won't be doing that now. I think I have chicken downstairs. I'm probably just going to go eat that. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Have a good one. Thanks for checking in. Make sure to leave a like on that way out if you're new. Subscribe. Maybe not. Any love for Gregson? Yeah, I like Gregson a lot today. Definitely playing him. Streaming tomorrow. Yeah, same time tomorrow, 12:30. I will be on tomorrow. So, have a great rest of your day, guys. Good luck. Let's make some money.